Mayor and Council, I appreciate the opportunity to share with you the Clerk's Office highlights, and I look forward to 2024. First, I would like to share with you this great new magazine I discovered, Life in the Clerk's Lane. It features the Holland City Clerk's Office and its well-oiled team. Some of the articles included are Holland City Election Reflection, Passport Report, Customer Service Updates, and a look toward the future of the Holland City Clerk's well-oiled team. Team Clerk's Office has raced through 2023 and is in hot pursuit of another exciting year in 2024. Crew members are firing on all cylinders to support myself, driver clerk Kathy Grimm, as I lead the team. I have navigated through changes in council and continue to complete the weekly circuits of council packets, preparation, recording of minutes, and other clerk duties. In the pits is Elections and Records Coordinator Brenda Caterberg, who is guiding the team through the obstacle course that is elections and its modified specifications. Keeping the wheels on passport services is Kara Sanchez, watching out for travel trends and processing times. Aligning the nuts and bolts of FOIAs and contracts is team member Beth Christians. On the lower level, Kate Boovey and Kyle Johnson, no relation to Jimmy, serve as spotters, relaying data and information to the clerk's office and others. Buckle up and read more about this well-oiled team in this month's edition of Life in the Clerk's Lane. Elections. Election reflection. The clerk's office has administered elections in May and November 2023. Voter turnout for elections was 21% in May and 27% in November. These numbers are a slight increase in overall turnout compared to past odd-year elections. This November, we had more absentee voters than in-person voters in all wards except Ward 3. State Proposal 2022-2, which went into effect this year, requires many changes to election procedures. Most of Proposal 2 changes are unfunded by the state, and we are already seeing the impact on our elections budget. Early voting is probably the best known of the changes. The City of Holland entered into a countywide agreement where Ottawa County will run the 9 days of required early voting. This agreement includes a large cost to the city, but it is more fiscally responsible than running the early voting on our own due to the number of workers needed, new equipment, and staff time commitment. The agreement does allow for cities' Allegan County voters to use the Ottawa County early voting centers. We took advantage of state grants and reimbursement programs to obtain items to help maintain order, safety, and security at the polls, and coverage required postage. With great disappointment, the state has yet to make the payments to local jurisdictions, almost a year after we submitted the required paperwork. The elections coordinator serves on the Ottawa County Early Voting Task Force and is the Allegan County Clerk's legislative representative. In these positions, she advocates for best election practices that would benefit local election officials. The clerk's office is so thankful for our many election inspectors who continue to faithfully serve on election days and are confident in our safe, secure, accessible, and accurate results. Passports. The Holland City Clerk's Office has been seeing a slight rise in passport processing and a larger rise in passport photos taken in our office. More passport photos were executed in fiscal year 23 than in previous fiscal years, reaching a total of 1,545 photos. For fiscal year 24, our office is expecting to beat that record based on current trends. The clerk's office has also received numerous comments from applicants regarding how convenient the photo service is. Since becoming a passport acceptance facility in June 2015, the City of Holland has executed 11,241 passport applications and taken 8,303 photos. Our office looks forward to continuing service for the Holland City residents and the West Michigan community overall. Our customer service department is the first contact with the public and greets visitors, answers the main phone lines, provides direction to various departments, issues Project Pride coupons, assists with elections and other departments as needed. Day-to-day work continues on contract follow-up, record retention, business licensing, recording of minutes, voter registration, and maintenance, iCompass training and setup, plat book updates and cleanup, FOIAs, and supporting other departments. Looking ahead, elections into the future. Buckle up. The challenge then is to provide election services to the absentee voters, support the early voting plan, and at the same time run the required number of polling locations, all while being mindful of the costs and making best use of our limited office staff. For every election, the work cycle is about 15 weeks, not just election day, and the list of required duties keeps expanding. Office personnel prepare and mail absentee voter ballots, send out notices, proofread ballots, coordinate with candidates and those making proposals, test machinery, correspond with overseas voters, file post-election reports, and train election workers, all in addition to keeping the QVF, qualified voter file, up to date, which has about 40 transactions daily. Staff handles the ever-increasing number of people who walk into the office to register to vote or obtain an absentee ballot. The number of voters on election day will probably decrease slightly as voters take advantage of the other options to vote. But our office continues to see the workload increase as we manage the three options. We expect this workload to be our new normal for elections. Once passport processing reopened from the COVID-19 closure, processing times have been longer due to high demand and a large backlog of applications at the processing facilities. The longest processing times were in 2021 when it was taking up to 16 weeks for routine service and 12 weeks for expedited service. As of November 6, 2023, processing times are now 10 weeks for routine service and 5 weeks for expedited service. Thank you for your time, and be sure to look for the next edition of Life in the Clerk's Lane magazine